Welcome back to the channel, guys. I'm Fausto Carnevale, international tax consultant. Today I'm in Brussels and I would like to talk about an important topic when we talk about relocation plan, when you would like to move to Italy, to Belgium, to Europe in general. So today let's talk about how to optimize taxes for you as individual and as well for you as a company, meaning you're not a company, so for your company. So there are two things to consider. The first thing is if you are a high net worth individual or if you have some company, some asset, the first thing to consider is to try to move in one country in Europe where the taxes on your physical person, let's say on individuals, are lower. Now, let's say, for instance, you want to move to Italy. You have to consider and analyze in detail if the taxes on your incomes from abroad are low or not. So you should choose the country based on those sources of income that you have as individual. Can you also relocate a business if you have a business? Of course, you can relocate a business. Like if you live in the US, you have a company, or you want to start a business in Italy, you can relocate a business, but you have to try, and this is the very difficult part, to understand how you can minimize taxes for your business as well. So one thing to consider, for instance, is the corporate tax. Corporate tax, as you know, is the taxes on profit, tax on profit. There are a lot of things to consider as well, because the coefficient of deductibility of the cost of your company. This is also super important. Why? Because let's say you move to Italy, you open a company, and you think, okay, I can deduct all the costs with my company. So what are you doing? What will you do? You say, okay, I buy a car, a new Range Rover, 100,000 euro with the company. Yes, of course, with the company I can deduct. The reality, for instance, is that you can deduct in Italy only the 20% the depreciation calculated on if I'm not wrong, around 20,000 euro. This is basically a limit imposed for like when the car in Italy cost in the millions of lira, like 50 millions of lira, no? And now with the prices of the car, with 20,000 euro, you don't buy, I don't know what you buy, maybe you buy a motorbike. So you see, there are a lot of old rules in Italy, and then there are, for instance, in Belgium, all the electric vehicles rules. So how you can minimize taxes? You should do this. And then what I always say is that when you move to Italy, for instance, or to another country, you should minimize taxes, and you should try to do this check. And this is what we can do basically in any country of Europe. What can I buy with my company for which I don't have to take the dividends, so I don't have to withdraw the money from my company, but I can deduct, let's say 100%, but I actually will use it as a personal items. A classical example, this bike. Okay, this is not an electric bike, but I bought it with my company in Belgium and I deducted 100%. Let's say you buy an electric car, you can even deduct 100% in Belgium. But actually I'm using it not only to shoot the video, I'm using it for pleasure. I go with my bike. That bike actually could have been also a car or a nice motorbike. I don't know if you like motorbikes. We have a client who basically is enjoying in Italy going with his motorbike in Abruzzo. But so that's the important rules that you have to consider. So the combination and the service that we are trying to offer is to combine and minimize taxes either on personal level and on company level. And since that we helped a lot of clients in the US also, we know also what you have to do and what to avoid if you are moving from the US. So basically what we can do for you, we do a check, we analyze your situation, and we then normally this is a 1-year program, because we go with you, we analyze all the costs, and we see how you can save a lot of taxes. The more you earn, the more you can save with us in terms of taxes. So if you have some questions, do not hesitate to send us an email at info@ESENtaxa.com. My assistant will reply as soon as possible, and we can have a conversation together. We can have a first call together. If you are in Brussels, you pay the consulting call. We can even have a coffee together if you have to share some information. We can have a consulting call together, and we make sure that we support our client in Europe 100%. As I have a double knowledge of Italian and European taxes, that's why I live in Brussels, because I have the pleasure and the possibility to meet people from everywhere in the world here in Brussels. But I also have an office in Italy because I have a lot of people who wants to move to Italy for the lifestyle. So do not hesitate, really do not hesitate to contact us for other information. Until next time, Fausto Carnevale, ESENtaxa, and enjoy your staying and your relocation plan, your relocation in Europe. And if you need to relocate in Europe, do not hesitate to contact us.